And what's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be showing you the top 10 reasons why noobs lose in Roblox Rivals. And this will also mean tips and tricks as well. So, if you want in on all of these juicy tips and tricks, don't forget to stay to the end, like, subscribe, and turn on all post notifications so that way you know whenever a new video launches. Selfless sponsor as well, I want to make it really quick. I do have a Discord server, so you can go ahead and click the link in the description down below, and it'll take you right to the server. So if you have any problems with clicking the link or it's expired, just send a comment and let me know. So anyways, let's get right on to the first. Alright guys, so the first tip that you're going to want to know inside of Roblox Rivals is to have great FPS. If you don't have good FPS, how are you going to expect to play well in the game? For that reason, I recommend at least buying something that's going to last you for a while, not something that's simply going to break down. So, on to the next tip. Alright, the second tip to get better at Rivals is to have good ping. Having good ping can make the difference between victory and defeat. Normally, players with bad ping will easily get out-competed by their enemies, but if you have good ping, you're definitely going to win. It honestly depends on the region that you're in, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Canada, or even Singapore. Ping can honestly depend on where you're at and can also affect the timing of your weapons such as Scythe, Katana, and plenty of other ones. So making sure that you have great ping is crucial, especially in a one-on-one situation. So, anyways, on to the third tip. So the third tip is to have the right sensitivity. Having the right sensitivity can lead toward your uprising or toward your downfall. If you have a sensitivity that's way too high, then you'll easily not be able to shoot your enemies. But if you have a slower sensitivity, you'll be able to shoot them with a lot better precision. It honestly depends on the amount of mouse space that you have on your desk. So for example, if you have a lot of mouse space, you should use a lower sensitivity so you're able to shoot your opponents with ease. But if you have minimal mouse space, then you should upgrade to a higher sensitivity so that way you'll be able to shoot faster and also with more range without using as much mouse movement. So now that you know this, let's move on to the next tip. Okay, the fourth tip in Roblox Rivals is to practice. Most people go into the shooting range to practice, but in my personal opinion, just by playing regular 1v1s and ranked, you can improve your skill and skyrocket in the game. This is what I did when I went from level 37 all the way up until level 200, and the skill difference is huge. Some could even say massive. Now, practicing is more than it really boils down to be. Most people assume that practice is simply some boring training that you do every single day and it comes like second nature to practice. But most people definitely overlook practicing and instead look for different ways such as cursors and sensitivity. Me personally, practice is the best method in order to get better. But in tip number 10, you're going to find out the absolute best way to get better in Rivals. So, now that we have that down packed, stick until the end and we will be moving on to the next tip. Okay, the next tip is to use the proper FOV. This can definitely enable you to play so much better than you do before. Most people would say to use 110 FOV or 115, but I personally use 120 because if you have a lower sense of FOV, then you are definitely not going to be able to see your opponents and they're going to win over you. But because you have your FOV like mine at 120, then you would be able to see more of your surroundings and it overall improves your sense of coordination and direction. So now that we know this, let's go to the next tip. Okay, tip 6, using the correct crosshair. Using the correct crosshair in Rivals can definitely help you win a match with ease. And if you use a crosshair that's too big or too small, then it can affect your vision and you won't be able to shoot properly. But if you use a crosshair that's like the dot crosshair, the T crosshair, or even the X crosshair, it'll enable you to aim with ease through diverse maps, such as crossroads or docks, and even easier maps, such as arena or backrooms. Now that we know that, let's move on to tip number 7. Tip number 7, do not use big crosshairs. I admit, do not use big crosshairs at all, since they can definitely hinder your ability to see your opponents, and if they're too big, some would even say massive, then it will definitely affect your gameplay. Big crosshairs are some of the top reasons that players lose their matches, and is one of the reasons you might lose your matches. Use something smaller like a dot crosshair or a small T crosshair. These advanced crosshairs nowadays don't exactly work or get the job done, and they end up just distracting the players overall. This is why I advise do not use a big crosshair. Use a smaller one. Now that we know that, tip number 8, here we come. So, the 8th tip in Roblox Rivals is to watch other people play. If you watch other people play, it's going to be really beneficial to your success because you'll be able to pick up on their good habits, the loadouts they use, and the maps that they play on the most. This is definitely a personal opinion since you can definitely get better without watching other people play, but it's actually extremely useful and it's the same method that I use. I recommend people such as Slingshot Boy, Tanker, Hoppy, Hoopy, literally any other YouTuber as well, including myself. So, Now that we know this, let's move on to the second last tip. So, the ninth tip is to play lots, and I mean lots of Roblox Rivals Ranked. This is the same exact method that I use to get way better at the game, especially when Ranked released, because with the insane matchmaking that is totally unfair, you can go up against people that are way over your skill level, which will make you a lot better at the game, even if you end up breaking your monitor instead. For this reason, it's up to you if you want to play ranked, but it's a really broken method that a lot of people use, and it's no reason why the Nemesis players are the best players. They literally play ranked, no life, 24/7. And I'm not telling you to do the same thing, but you can at least try. So, now the final tip on how to get better in Roblox Rivals. So the final tip is to join my Discord server. The reason for this is simply because we will be hosting training, specifically Rivals training, and we will be covering all of the necessary features on how to get better at the game with the help of my moderators, some developers of my server, and including myself as well. So if you want an opportunity to do this, of course it will come with a cost, but it is the #1 best training in all of Roblox Rivals. It's not out yet, but my developer and I are definitely planning to make it a feature in the OraFam Discord server. Speaking of which, the link is down below in the description, so become a member today if you're already subscribed, and if you're not, then what are you waiting for? Alright guys, this concludes to the end of the video. If you did like the video, don't forget to subscribe as well, join the OraFam Discord server, and also, the game did release a new code at the time that I'm recording this, free82, right here. And you are able to redeem 3 free keys. So, go ahead, like, subscribe, join the OraFam, and support the channel, guys. Don't forget, Jesus loves you.